Alright guys, we're actually gonna hop right in. Been a minute since we've done a Wicked Wednesday, right? It's always been idle. I was planning on doing an idle, but, you know, I figured what the hell, got a lot on my mind. Kind of stuff. Yeah, might as well play some games, eh? Plus I'm waiting on, some chainsaw stuff so I can get back to work. Plus the tractor. Tractor needs to work so I can pull a log out. I tried with a four-wheeler, with the quad, you know, the new one that just kind of like dug a trench straight down. It was pretty cool. It was a bitch to get out of though. It was a bitch to back out of, so I could, first a float could get the strap off, and then it was a bitch to, you know, it's like one of those like, okay, now ease forward and fall like 2 feet down, and then whoa. I sound like you're fucking gonna hit, you know, fifth gear just getting out of the hole. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I got plans for a couple of trees that need to be moved anyways. I got plans for the lumber. Yes. Yes. It will be Asian styled. It will feature a driveway, and that's all I can tell you. So, yeah. I'm gonna take a fiver. Could finish my morning stuff. Wanted to go ahead and get started though. We're gonna enjoy some of this. Do not know ways. Do we want to keep fishing here? Maybe we don't. Let's see. Let's see. What you got? Okay. Troubles me. You're feeding me these one at a time. I think I've watched him suffer enough. Hey, why don't you try this, you idiot? I wonder if that's what they do at like golf shops and shit. No secret fish location, you son of a bitch. Huh. What is this? Spots we haven't discovered. Hmm. It's either there or Fawn Mirror Lake. You know, we hadn't gone there. Alright. We're gonna see how this guy does. I'll click this very dangerous thing that I've clicked on. Oh, look, your dog looks down at the water. I like it. I love it. I do that too when I have to ride in front of a boat. Try to look for sticks I can grab. But yeah, we'll be right back. You know, right back. 10, 15 minutes, depends. But we will be getting into actual gameplay today, okay? So it's not just idle, called Wicked Wednesday, and, you know, I still plan on idle Wednesdays, but this right here is just me opening with an idle game because I still have stuff to do, okay? So I'll be back, and I'm actually going to be getting into, what was that samurai game we played? Ghost of Takamura or something. But anyways, yeah, we'll be getting into a few games. More power washing simulator. It's oddly addictive. Scratches that dopamine itch, you know what I mean? We're just like, oh. Girl power washing doesn't do that. It's like, you son of a fucking bitch, come off before the girl does, you bastard. Anyways, I'll be right back. Like I said, 20, 15, 10, 20 minutes, something like that. We'll see. Enjoy the show. Peace. All right. Oh. Uh. Mike is. There we go. Go, go. How long we've been on this? 22 minutes, man. It took me a minute to water my plants. Most of them are, you know, gestating like little trees and empty pots and little, you know, those little tiny flower you buy when you buy flowers and they come in the little black trays. Yeah, I got a bunch of those. Timed lighting, you know, stuff like that. Nothing yet. I hear it takes quite a while. And then again, I don't know what return rate it is, but I got plenty of seeds left, so hopefully it's an age thing. I want them to be more or less around the same age. A lot of them, you know. Some of them it doesn't matter. But there's about, I'd say about 30 or so that I'd like around the same age. Mm-hmm. Oh, in the front yard. The idea for the front yard came to me in a vision. Yeah. I like figuring shit out in my sleep. Or when I say figure it out, it's more or less I do it in my sleep until I figure it out. It's not a relaxing process. You don't get much sleep. But hey, you get shit done. Sometimes. Yeah, you know you want it. Greedy fish. Cisco. Cisco Kid was a friend of mine. Oh. Ba, 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 ba. Good Lord. You put the head out on Cisco. How many kids do you have? Oh, finally you mix it up with a fucking tiger trout. I'd hate to think you just went out Cisco hunting. And ivy sprouts, they're weird, right? Like trying to get them to sprout out in water. I have one that's sprouting like not one but two giant roots, and the rest of them haven't sprouted any. Sorry, drinking tea from my gigantic free Trickers cup. That's right. Look at that. Why is that even worth it? He's a fighter. Oh, he's a little tiger. 13 ounces. But yeah. Hopefully I have my mic right. I didn't even check the audio last time. I should have done that. It was all I could do to do the stuff I was supposed to do, like, and catch up and do it on the videos that I hadn't done it on yet. But I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to work with like my hands, like do a Tory gate or something. Build a nice front yard pond. I got this beautiful idea for outer brickwork though, like because I'm gonna build up a hill, right? Because you know you gotta have elevation for falls and rapids or whatever down to the pond, right? So you gotta build it up. And in the pond, I'm gonna have I want to do like an island, but like see, my plan is to do to dig it out, get it all set, go around and set everything, you know, get it nice and packed, and then start shaping it with concrete, right? And then topping it off with sealant. But you gotta build the hill, right? As if it's just a flat yard, you know, you're just gonna have a flat pond. So I gotta build up a mound, and I gotta figure out, you know, the correct size. I kind of want symmetrical, but not too much so. The pond obviously is gonna be its own thing, but the mound itself, like the trip down to the pond, actually kind of thinking more of an oval now, kind of like go with the whole back of the pond. You know what I mean? But anyways, it'll be slightly, you know, that slight gradual circle type deal that you could do with bricks. And do that up, and I think I want to top it with not sure. I hadn't decided what color I want to top it with. I know we're gonna go with like green on the shutters, like dark hunter green. And I think I'm gonna do the Tory gate's either gonna be that dark natural or it's gonna be green as well. Not that there's anything wrong with the red. I just think it's a little overdone. And you know, green stands for wisdom on the Tory gate, so might not be a bad idea. We could use some of that, right? But I got like all the logs cut. It's just the one final, you know, like solid support one, like the main one. One of the main ones is I gotta pull it, can't pull it out. It's just like on a red, like it's on a hill, kinda, right? Like a little tiny hill, and the tree just goes straight into the hill, and the foiler just goes straight into the hill. You know, like the down, like digs down. Like yeah, I'll squat. But if we can get the tractor hydraulic fixed, then it wouldn't be nothing. We can get back to cutting the damn lanes before it gets too warm and summery and grown up. Birds are pissed at me for moving that trailer that was by the feeders. We had this old, you know, those old pull behind, just a standard one axle trailer, you know, little load up a foiler or a golf cart on it kind of thing. Had it sitting there for a good long time, you know, the board's gone bad in it. Birds practically claimed it. And we got it up and moving and over somewhere to work on it and put new boards on it so we can start cleaning up the front section of trees. You know, they're older, so they're starting to thin themselves out, and we gotta clean them out, make sure there's not a bunch of dead wood piling up, spreading rot. And the birds, they're not happy. They're not happy. Actually, took a pot shot at Smart Aleck earlier today. Haven't had cause to use my double barrel in a minute, but look with my car window. You. Little shit. Fucking blew his tail feathers off. This is bird shot, you know. What trying to kill him. I was just trying to pepper his ass a little bit, which I did. And the greenhouse is going to have a nice shotgun spread in the ceiling, so that'll be a nice explanation. I'll say the ceiling, the rafters. It's a tight spread, though. I was kind of surprised with the sawed-off shotgun, man. I mean, not sawed-off. It's legal. It's a stagecoach gun, you know. Sawed-off. It's just a short shotgun, you know, a legal one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got an old Marlin that I redid. You know, I bought for like $100 in a pawn shop. This thing had a seat belt, like literally had a seat belt for a sling, like a cut, tied, no real, you know, just cut tied, and it was in the chute. It was in the chuck chute, like tied there, just in the way of the mechanism half the time, and it looked like it had been sitting on one side in the back of somebody's truck for the last 20 years. So it was a hell of a project to redo, but it looks damn good now. Mechanisms, you know, it's an old shotgun. You know, they got kind of a loose chuck. Some of them cheap ones, anyways, like the Marlin. Did I say Mallard earlier? Marlin. You know, it's got a lot of play in the front grip, so you gotta know how to use it to keep it in the chute, more or less. Otherwise, it'll hang up on you. But anyways, I don't like using that one because I work so hard to make it look pretty. I mean, the stagecoach was a gift from Floke. It looks beautiful too. I actually can count on one hand how many times I've shot it. He's always like, "Yeah, you gotta use them. Put patina on them." So I've been playing with my 6 shooters, wearing the absolute ever loving hell out of my trigger fingers. Like, I think I'm gonna end up with a callus or a bone lump or something because all that, you know, twisting and twirling. Uh, that brass gets sharp, boy. I got a cut that just won't heal. I mean, it's not even an open wound anymore. It's just like a fast developing callus or something. I don't know. But you know how even if you're like ambidextrous, you still kind of like have a dominant eye for the most part, right? Like, I'm pretty good at shooting either way, but I prefer further right just due to my eye, you know, like my eyes. You, it's science, you know. You can be ambidextrous, but generally, you know, you got to have a dominant eye. It's usually how it goes, I believe. It's not really. I think it'd be kind of a freak of nature not to have a dominant eye. But you know. So yeah, you know, you can shoot. I can shoot with both hands. I just really prefer right. It feels, you know, right. The other way feels wrong because it's not my dominant eye, and I have to think a little harder sometimes. But shit, what were we talking about? Shotgun. Oh, I've been playing around with the 6 shooters. You know, doing all the twirling and getting good at just being a showboat. You know, not really necessarily target practicing with it. I need to do that too. But ammo, you know, I used my last 4 shots of birdshot today that I've been holding on to for like 10 years. So I'm not even shitting you. They were like ancient. I still got 2 slugs though, so watch out. I've been holding on to them just as long. They're probably older. I got one for each of you. But yeah, that's why I use the. I didn't use the shotgun with the shoot. I don't even remember how many it holds. Probably like low. Who knows? 7, 6, 7, something like that. Counting one in the chute, maybe 8. She's nothing special. You know, like I said, $100. I could get more for her now, for sure, because I like poured my soul into the woodworking. That thing was rough. And the metal. Like, okay, the rail, they cut it short, right? And what they did was they put the rail back on the barrel, but they like JB well Platoed it at the rear of the receiver. There's not much I could do for that. I did try, but God, whoever owned it before doesn't need to have access to firearms or any adhesives or saran wrap or, you know, cabinets that are free opening, refrigerators that open. You know, kind of just child-proof their existence, I would say. That'd be the best thing. Yeah, looks damn good now, though. But yeah, I might suck on games today because my my hands are really tired, not just from working, because I've been doing property work and this and that. I want to get all the it struck me the other day. I was driving down a lane of trees and I saw a big one that had gone down recently and made me kind of sad, and I was like, I want to do something with that. And can't just fucking put a totem pole in your yard, you know, it'd be a little friggin' weird. So I was thinking, what can I do with trees around here that need to go? And Torrygate came to mind. Figured, why the hell not? Give it a shot. Mm-hmm. Ooh, look at all those. I like those lily pads. But yes, that is the plan. So yet another project. I am looking forward to. Did we talk about the fish tank project? Cause I got like ideas, man. Okay, so just imagine like an overhead view of a rectangle, right? Which is the 90 or 100 gallon tank. I'm not sure. Like I said, it was either 90 for a 100 gallon or 100 for a 90 gallon. But you know, just picture the rectangle, right? All right, and the side closest to you is the front of the tank. At the rear of the tank, we're going to do 45-degree angles. Well, not quite 45. We're going to do slight angles to section off back corners right there, but we're going to notch in the bottom of these sections that go up, not all the way to the top. They just go up to where there will be a shelf to close off access to it, and that shelf will also act as either a water pond for frogs on one side or just like a little terrarium, plants and moss and stuff for whatever whoever wants to wander it on the other side, right? But at the bottom of these we do little notches down in the solid, you know, the because it's gonna be, you know, it's gotta be thick because there's a lot of water pressure when we cut off these corners. So along the bottom of it is going to be just the perfect notch with a slightly larger than needed PVC pipe running through it, and we're going to put fitments on it to where it can be sized down if necessary. But this right there is to pass water because there will be water features on either side of the tank going into the shelves that we'll build. Slightly, you know, it'll be probably a third of a foot, quarter of a foot or so below the actual top of the tank is where the shelves will be, you know, and the water level will be slightly below the shelves, you know, which is fine because there's still plenty of depth there. You know, we're talking about a lot of water. It'll still have like 2.5 feet of water, and by doing this and making these shelves and supporting them with small, you know, I already got it worked out how we'll run it along the edge and everything and have them supported. Those pieces that we put in the corners that we talked about bearing so much water weight, they will be the main support that run up to the bottom, and they'll kind of like nestle into it. You know what I mean? Both shelves, they'll kind of be a pop in, so you can't just, you know, so it won't just fall out if there's, you know, a bunch of frogs hanging out in the corner or something. It's going to be like a snap into the back of the cliff and pop down into the, because, you know, we're doing rock face on everything that isn't viewable space, savvy, and carving it and painting it and doing all that stuff. Looking, got all the fish safe stuff and all that set up. And what was I saying? Right, the at the bottom, running behind, because when I make the main piece, we'll just call it the flat piece that goes in between these two angles that we've cut. or not cut, but built into the back of the tank to where it's no longer just right angles. We've got a little bit of, you know, leeway in the back for pumpage and this and that, whatever we need. Uh, the flat back, the wall that will be flat against the very back of the tank, it's going to have a little bit, you know, the back of it's going to be carved out to incorporate the pipe that runs across the bottom just in case we need it, because there's no guarantee we're even going to run it that way. I just want it future proof to where if I would need to run something from one side to the other, I'll be able to do it discreetly, right? And that rock face right there will be flush with the back of the tank, other than that one thing running across the back, and it'll go all the way up. You know, it covers the backs of the shelves. It's, you know, it's nice big piece with stuff growing out of it and everything. We'll get the proper moss and, you know, find little places to seed the plants and stuff and get it all natural, because I want to do functional real plants. I don't want to just throw plastic plants in this environment after putting all the work into it, you know. Excuse me. What was I saying? Oh, but when we carve this out, right? I'm gonna do my best. I've never done it before, but I'm gonna take my time to try to carve out like lava channels, because I want a cascading light effect on the back of the tank to where the thin parts of the rock will show the lava, well, quote lava, you know, just amber light with heavier bits moving down, you know, or up, either way. I think it'd be really cool. Oh, I remember what it was, but by making these shelves off of these back corners that we've given ourselves a little bit of, you know, pumpage room and whatever we, you know, want. Maybe nothing if we're afraid of leakage, you know. Keep it, you know, reasonable. Don't put electronics in there. That's kind of begging for something to go wrong. But on top of the fact that we made these shelves, when we go up, the shelf will extend further than we've sectioned off in the back, right? And we'll run supports along the edge of the tank on either side, so it kind of has somewhere to set everywhere it is, including along the back. You know, it'll be setting on something except maybe the outside edge. I still haven't decided if I'll run something discreetly from point A to point B, so it's completely and totally encompassed in support, you know. I may very well do that. Depends on if I can get away with it discreetly. But by doing that, the tank will have these underwater coves, right? It'll have a nice big open section. You know, there'll be little spots where the frogs or a turtle, whatever kind of you'd want. I'll be going with frogs because turtles and betta fish don't mix. But, you know, they can get up out of the water and chill up there if they want, you know, have a little pond thing up there for them. Because they try to keep their distance from betta fish, so you got to give them lots of little spaces to scurry and little air bubbles here and there that they can go in and just chill and breathe. But the way we have built the tank so far, right, in our head, we'll have those underwater caves because the shelves kind of come to the front of the tank almost all the way. So when you look at the tank as a whole, it's a lot of subterranean water with a nice little pond setting in the middle. You know, you kind of see how it opens up. And I got some ideas for lighting and stuff for that too, but you know, I hadn't completely worked it out in my head, and I'm still kind of trying to figure out how to make sure the frogs have air pockets and stuff, because I don't want to like just do air bubbles in the, although I could just do air bubbles in the alcoves themselves, or whatever you would call those under the shelf sections, you know, that we discussed. But yeah, as far as running the water, each side will have its own little water feature somehow, but in the main center there will also be water, and I plan on the size of the tank's gonna need 2 heaters and 2 bubblers, and I don't know, you know, we'll get into decorating at some point. But my main question is how much along for the ride do you guys want? Because you know, I mean, I don't really have many places to post stuff, and the places I post stuff, I feel like I overrun it, you know, because I don't want to say I'm the only active one, but I'm the only talkative one, kind of. And it feels like I'm kind of just overbearing channels and stuff, and maybe, you know, maybe that's a bad thing. But my question is, you know, I got tons of stuff I'm doing like this, like working on the Tory Gate. I'm doing that with actual pine from scratch. You know, still working on the farm truck. We got the, you know, just all these projects that I have. Are you guys interested in them? You know, do you want snippets of them? Do you want, you know, more hands-on, some footage of some things getting done? Like, what would you like as an audience? Is my question. What would you like to be along the ride for? You know, did anybody like the little goofy homemade GMV driving around on some of the property? You know, stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, I got tons of guns and stuff too. We could do gun stuff, but uh, I'm a I'm a little tense around guns at this point. I'm not as fluid as I was. If I don't think about it, I'm just fine. But I have a tendency to overthink if I'm sitting there aiming at a target for too long. Unless I really don't like the target. But you know what I mean. I need feedback, you know? I mean, you can't just take over your community and assume they enjoy it. I hate that word, take over the community, but you know, I mean, it's post more than most people will say. Which feels like overbearingness to me for the person doing it. How would you go for something bigger than your little fucking guppy pole, you bitch? Damn. Yeah, like one pole for the Tory Gate. It's a little older. A woodpecker got at it, so I'm gonna have to go. Well, I don't have to because you know they have woodpeckers over there that attack the gate, so it'd look just fine. But I'm gonna fill it in with wood putty and smooth it out and everything after debarking, of course. Of course. So I'm letting the sap run out on the rest of them. Except for that one, I really need the tractor to get it. But it's at an angle that it's like running out perfect. I just worry it's gonna warp. It looks like that thing. Nah, it'll never warp. Every time you say that, it happens. You chooch. Uh-huh. But yeah, other than trees and maintenance and forced downtime, I haven't been up to much. Did some clips, enjoyed that. I'm at the spot where like I feel really good and then all of a sudden I'll feel really bad in like try to like pass out, like legit fall out, like just face plant or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'll feel like really, really great, and then all of a sudden, I'll want to take a nap while I'm standing up. Just be like, go down now. Yeah, you knew you couldn't take it. Yeah, I admit those little trout got some fight in them. Send out the fastballer. So yeah, if I was to have a wish list or whatever people do, you know, or like, hey, buy me this or that, it would be like shotgun shells, 22 cal. Those are a bitch. You can't reload those. It would be funny stuff. I say funny. It would be the white trash stuff, I guess you'd call that. Anybody sends me a Claxton fruitcake, I'm gonna find you. God. Ugh. Look at him. Leap, leap, leap to freedom, not to prison. Uh-huh. I got, man, it was pretty fun, fun getting that, Bogart on the, farm truck. See, you think it's fragile or something, but that metal that is, it's bolted to and then bolted to the frame, that metal is, Canadian steel, like hardcore Canadian steel. It destroyed $1,000 bit to drill the holes. That's why only one side is drilled on the top, is because the bit was too bad to do the other side. You know, and $1,000 drill bit is woo. Yeah. Wasn't even our bit, but tears were shed. Felt bad for asking for a favor. Like, damn. Felt like we needed a burial. Cause you know my S10, you know, I got it on trade for $1,000. And yeah, I mean, you know, it's not worth much more. I've gotten like offers of $6,000 or something. But yeah, $1,000 for a drill bit, that's insane. And then for it to get ruined, Jesus fuck. This shouldn't be this should be allowed. But that is to say that those braces are going no fucking where. I have ran over several like when I say oak tree, I mean you could go outside and put your hand around it and it wouldn't reach all the way around. You wouldn't touch your thumb to your fingers, you know. I've ran over some fucking trees in that truck, and that that bull guard don't give a fuck. Hell, I tightened that thing so tight it ain't even moved. You can like go out there and like you can't pick up the truck obviously unless you know you're the mountain off of Game of Thrones, but you can go out there and like pick up the suspension part of it, and it's just like solid as fuck. I'm proud. Well, I'm proud of what me and Float did there, and it came out pretty damn good. And I've had that damn thing. I've had that stupid bull guard in the back of the shop for 8, no, probably like 10, 11 years, maybe 12. Probably going on 12. Excuse me. So it was nice to finally get it put to use. The weird thing is somebody gave it to me at a junkyard. It's because I was supposed to be getting a truck from a drug addict of a family member, and they fucked me on the deal, go figure. But I had the brush guard for it. And I held on to it. That thing is terrifying coming at you, especially with the lights off. It makes no sound. It's like a Prius. It's like fucking death, except, you know, it looks like it belongs in a demolition derby. I'm telling you, man, that fucking bull guard just don't give a fuck. I've ran over, like, trees, not bushes, trees. Like, tore them up by the root by just driving over them. Fucking farm truck's a tank, I gotta tell you. I got all the tools in the back and everything, so it's heavy as fuck. You know? Like, that's half the reason it's squatting, is because it's got everything from a chainsaw to hedge clippers. And just about every standard or metric you could hope for. Plus, I go around and pick up trash. Parts of our property are by roads, and they get trash on them. I go around and I have a trash bag tied to one of the back seats I keep in the back cargo bay, you know, like looped over the back of the seat in the cargo bay. And I pick up trash. Oh shit, Cookie, what's up? I'm so used to talking to myself, I didn't see you, my friend. I appreciate you leaving me up, man. Hope you're doing well. I missed the last couple of your streams. I was stuck. Internet's out here. House no have internet, so when I'm having to relax, I don't quite have access to outside world. I got a lot of nice plants to look at, though. Hope your work's going well, dude. Appreciate you. Did we get any of those little fish over by that dock? They look funky. I don't think we did. Oh, look at this guy. He's like camping right at the dock. Can you do that? I'm sure there's like a distance thing there, buddy. Fish for those other fish. But this is where she says, I've never done this before, but with you. Like fished out the poor little tiger sharks. Let them grow up. Look at them. They're just babies. Oh, and it's one of those Luke works late days, so I'll be dipping out while he's at lunch. If he comes back for lunch, I'll be dipping out, chilling out with him for a bit. So sorry about that. It was really difficult not to get back to work out there with a chainsaw without him. He'll like me out there by himself. I opened the back of the Forerunner. I was like, he left the chainsaw. But I decided not to. See, that's a proud moment for me. Because I got this one tree I still got to cut down. And then it'll all be cut down because one of them was a liability. It had to go because I'm putting something there. But you know we'll still use it. Kind of want to use it as a gate lip for back there. But yeah, still got one more to cut down for the Tory gate. And the big one, like I'm worried it's gonna warp, but should be able to get the tractor going, no problem. Hopefully next week or two. Then we'll just be able to hook a chain to it and pull it through hell itself. But I'm real proud of that Polaris though. Like I was impressed that you know I had it in all the proper all-wheel drive, 4 low, fucking work mode, whatever the fuck, you know, new shit. But it pulled a whole giant, like I'm talking, it was about 2.5 car lengths worth of pine tree, uphill and across a property. You know, I probably carried it about somewhere between quarter to half mile. But it didn't struggle at all. Like I just, you know, putted along, you know, I didn't try to break a speed record, nothing, but I just, you know, didn't have any problems on it though. Thought it could pull that other one. It's just because it's on a bank and it just dug right the fuck in. I could get around it with, we'll say, old world tricks, but I'd rather just use a tractor. Get too lazy to spend my day on one thing. You know, I mean, well, one thing that if I just wait would be so much easier. That's what I mean. I have a bad habit of doing that, of digging in and saying, you know, yeah, I could do you with no problem tomorrow, but I'm wasting today because you're getting the fuck done. This is personal. Yeah, you know, I guess Zen is what I'm seeking. That ability to let the move make itself. Savvy. That looked like that Devil's Tower, don't it? Out National Geographic, Reader Digest, whatever. It's a little bigger, but it looked like Devil's Tower, the shape. That really fascinated me as a kid, especially the Native American story of it. See, I grew up learning about the wonders of our country, and now we're kind of busy tearing them down and replacing them and redoing them. You know your tag ain't visible on that there boat, boy. You're in a whole heap of trouble. I guess he's just gonna fucking catch Cisco's. Maybe it's up to you. Maybe you gotta go to like different places and let the fish grow up. Autumn Park. That's a very nice free cup. It's like actually it's kind of like one of those old moonshine jugs. It's the closest drinking thing I can think of it as. You know, one of those great granddad pop. You got to throw it over the shoulder though. You can't just lift it up. You got to single hand it. Use your arm, lift it up. You know, that's how the pros do it. Then you don't blink and you pop that cork in, and then you walk away and die where nobody can see you. Trophy weight catch of a pound, 2 ounces. I'm a fucking god. That Cardinal's not happy about that trailer being moved, though. I'll tell you that. He kind of just sits there where it used to be and he stares. And no shit, he'll just be sitting there in his old little perch spot on the ground, staring at me. Does look a little odd without a trailer there, I gotta say. Needs a big tree. That's what it needs. Needs a nice big tree. Damn birds will eat you out of house and home. And then when they stop getting their feed, oh my god, it's like dealing with the fucking mob. You have no idea what Deadeye is until you're staring at these guys at 3 a.m. in your bathrobe. Name it. That'd be a very interesting ocean current to make that rock formation. Maybe long ago it was one of those whirlpool things where the waves crash into it and then make a hole up in the land. Savvy. Shits are pretty cool. There's stuff like that and like I can't speak for other parts of the country, but like West Virginia and the rivers are spots where the water has slammed into a rock so much that it's made a perfect little hole out of the top of it that just occasionally spurts water when it's hit just right. And you'll think it's an old drill mark or something from when they blasted a rock or something, but you know, it's a national park, so it's natural. And on that same river, I actually I know of 4 or 5 like too big to move, crush the back of your truck. What's the word? help me out here. Fossils. Like I found a whole tree trunk fossilized, like just into the rock, you know, like indented into the rock. The rock was eaten, and you could see the bark and the indent of the roundness of the, you know, just a bunch of shit like that. I used to do a lot of nature stuff in my free time. Even I did like every high ropes course they had to offer in Europe. I walked just about every path in the Black Forest. I'd say I'd say every path. Probably a bunch I wasn't supposed to. Yeah. Active life. Was it the world becomes the man and the man becomes the world? I think that's at least one path to enlightenment. I can't say it's the only. But carving away at your own ignorance and experiencing the world that you're blessed to live on is, if nothing else, a good way to spend the day. It's funny, the other day, like literally yesterday, we were cutting down these two trees, and there were ones we needed, and they were in the way, but it was just so painful to do, to cut down something that lived for, you know, 20 years or so. It was a difficult thing to do, especially not knowing for sure that you're going to accomplish your goal. Could be it died for nothing. I mean, it needed to go anyways, but you know what I mean. I prefer death to have meaning at this point. Weighted meaning, not just, you know, oh, this changer felt like emptying a round into a vet for no reason. You know. Ooh, yeah. Oh, look at these monsters, yeah. Oh, get the hell out of here, you little shit. Mooch, mooch. No, why Rearland mooch? Mooch. And you're driving back. Oh, well, got my trophy fish of 13 ounces. I'm going back in, guys. See ya. Why couldn't you just hit a rock and go down right outside of port? You boys want to do some ice fishing? Oh, yeah. Rabbit. Not bad. Mm-hmm. There's no way truckers have a cup holder big enough for that cup. Got right on the seat next to him, right? Man, you came out of nowhere. I'm on it. £11, 5 ounces, 2 foot 1 inch. Not bad. Ah, 2 foot 3 inches, 13 pounds. See, you go drive off, little dog. You fuck off, you little shit. I want a big one. No, no. Damn walleye. God dang it. Oh shit. Good job, pup. See, I drove off and left your ass. Oh, very specific. Yeah, get that big boy over here. Come on. Oh, over here. You know you want it, baby. Come on, wild jiggly. There you go. I don't know that. About dinner. There you go. Oh, there's a big boy down there. Smallmouth bass. Go figure. 7 pounds. Ain't bad. Hey, what's up, Float? All right, that's it. I'm taking a $5. We'll be back here in a little bit. Enjoy the ice fishing. Peace. Oh, snappers. Came back to a big one. Is that catfish? Let me turn this air up. Or, you know, like temperature-wise, up. Come on, you can do it. Catch this bastard. Catch it. I don't want to be here for this. Yes. Yes. Yep. Channeled catfish. 9 pounds, 11 ounces. All right. What's we got? Well, better my agger. Oh. Well, I caught any of them. So that one, maybe. Yeah. Caught 156. Damn. What's this thing say? It's on a map. Let me out. No. Okay. I guess it just saves. Alrighty. We'll be changing over. Let's do some power washing. No, screw it. Let's go ahead and jump into the game that I'm gonna die on. Yeah. Be right back.
You ever notice how our crew's a lot like that crime family from the Masked Marketeer?
So who's Parvati?
You remember the youngest daughter who always does what she's told, but in the season finale she murders 12 people with a knife? Parvati.
It's always the quiet ones.
Huh. Well,
Okay.
huh. Well, I think it's gonna be a flight highlights day. Oh. And just see, that's why you don't gloat. It's gonna be a flight death highlight day. Ah, as soon as I open my mouth, that's why. Don't open mouth, you idiot.
Here goes. Miss
Yes.
Ambrose?
Batter's
get-
up.
Man, sorry it took so long. It's There's like 50,000, windows I can open for some fucking reason. Crazy. Ka-doom. Doom, 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 doom. Indeed. Oh, and I don't know if I was playing this on stream last or not, but now there's like when you duel somebody, they can fake you out and then they strike you for real and just about kill you. So we may actually die in some of these things now because some flinches are hard to read, man. Like you gotta be good. I did survive the one I failed against 3 people, but it was messy.